What's up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take NBA DFS podcast. CK013 here. I will be your host for this evening. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013, and I am joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts. He is sipping himself on a vanilla and orange Coca-Cola that he just told me about. And you can find him on Twitter at CashingDFS. I am talking about one of Wise Take's finest, Mr. Cashin DFS. Cash, my man. How you doing?
Yeah, I had to do a taste test because I heard a lot of good things about this soda, and it didn't live up to the hype from what I've heard. But it's alright. It's okay. It's decent. It's not bad.
Hey,
I'll drink it.
but it shows to your open mindedness though that you did try it. Coca-Cola is like a think about it.
Of course,
You know
hell
what I'm
yeah, I'm
saying?
gonna try it.
You know what I mean?
I love soda.
Yeah.
If I hear somebody tell me how good some soda is, hell yeah,
What's your
I'll be first
what's
in
your
line.
favorite type of soda?
My favorite. If I had to pick one soda for the rest of my life, it would be Coca-Cola. Straight regular Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Like, what about like orange soda, like straight orange soda, Sunkissed, Fanta, any of the shit?
Yeah, Fanta. Yeah.
I love orange
I
soda.
would much rather have strawberry or grape personally,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. I love orange soda. You like cream soda?
um, it's
It's like a
alright.
once in a while thing, right? You can't have that every day, but like once in a while, like certain foods or some
I
shit.
like I like Coca Cola. I love vanilla Coke. I love Mr.
Oh,
Pibb,
I love Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb. Yeah, I love it. Love it.
and I love that's my favorite root beer.
Yeah.
That's my go-tos. But if I had to choose one, just one soda for the rest of my life, it'd be Coca Cola.
Coca-Cola, the original, the traditional.
No Pepsi. I don't like
No,
Pepsi.
you don't like.
You like Pepsi more than
I
Coca
like
Cola?
Coke more. I used to like Pepsi more when I was a kid, but now I like Coke more. I think I find Pepsi a little too
Yeah, I
sweet.
like Coke for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like Pepsi, I find a little too sweet.
If I, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Coca Cola's my shit. Coca Cola's my favorite.
Yeah, I do like Dr. Pepper though. But if I had to, like you said, if I had to choose one for the rest of my life, it would be Coke. Yeah, Coca-Cola. You like Sprite? Yeah, I
Yeah.
fucks with Sprite. I find like as an adult, one day I hadn't had Sprite in a long time, and my wife likes Sprite. So one day I took a sip of her Sprite, and all of a sudden it tasted different to me. I don't know if they changed the recipe since I was younger, but it tasted a little. I don't know how to describe it, but it tasted. It's still good, but it tastes a little different. I was like, this does not taste like the same Sprite that I had many moons ago. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know, but it's good.
it is good. Um,
You know what's not good? Tobias Harris is not good on my
yeah.
team
By
today.
the time we get to
Tobias Harris ruined my Ish Smith 1%.
yeah,
He
man.
just ruined it. And Jimmy Butler he let me down. I was expecting for much more, but at least he didn't kill my lineup like Tobias Harris did.
Yes, yes. Quick, I got to give it a shout out though. That was a great call on Ish. I know a lot of the members at WiseTake.com. I saw him in the Slack shouting you out for the Ish Smith call. That was a great call, man. He was really really cheap on both sides. Like you said, 1% or less, depending on the contest you were in, and he just smashed, man. Went for over 30, right? Over 30, like 35, something like that.
Yeah, like 35.
Smashed. That was a great call. Yeah, Jimmy Buckets kind of let me down. Kemba Walker really let me down. I'm more disappointed in myself. See, Buckets, I'm disappointed in him. I'm looking at Jimmy Buckets, and I'm like, shame on you. Going to Chicago, he's supposed to be the alpha. You did not alpha out. In fact, you let Levine walk right by you when you decided to go choose the game-winning, but the game-winning basket. He decides to stick Robin Lopez on the perimeter instead of saying, "I'm the alpha. I'm making sure we don't lose this game." Um, See, for me, when playing Kemba Walker, that's like shame on me. Like if I go the whole season without playing Kemba Walker, I highly doubt it'll affect my ROI at all. like at all. So why do it? Why do it to myself? I don't know. That one was on me.
I mean, he was the only player I really had interest in the entire
That game was
game.
terrible.
So
Yeah,
I didn't think it was a terrible
yeah,
play,
yeah,
but
yeah. But and on DraftKings,
I mean, Luca,
oh
Luca just
yeah,
did the
he did.
thing,
That
man.
whole game was glorious. Power went nuts. That whole game was just gloriousness.
Yeah, I mean, I like Luca, but I just like Jimmy Butler too much.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler, Booker, and Levine is my favorite.
yeah, and of course
And then two of them did well,
you
and
picked,
Jimmy
but
Butler
yeah,
sucked.
I was just gonna say, and you settle on Butler, the guy who decides to play mediocre. mediocre game for a dude who says Chicago is always going to be his home. Let us
Yeah,
down.
with no Embiid on the court.
Let us down, Buckets. Let us down, man. But
And
I'm sitting here getting ready to I was all excited, getting ready to break down this awesome slate, and then I hadn't looked at the slate yet, and then you had pointed out to me that this is a 2-game slate we got. So little
what Thursdays used to be
yeah,
a couple years ago.
yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays, mostly Thursdays, but yeah, the small slates back at least for this week. But we have 2 interesting games, right? With Milwaukee and Indiana, and OKC and Portland. So what should be 2 pretty good games, 2 pretty competitive games. Let me ask your thoughts before we go. We'll go position by position, but in the meantime, what are your thoughts on these games? Do you prefer one over the other on your first initial thought? What do you think?
Of course, I would prefer OKC Portland because just look at the guys on the court. The Indiana game, we got Big D and a bunch of just whatever Milwaukee players, and then a bunch of whatever on Indiana. But I mean, you got my dude, Paul George, Westbrook. Just there's a bunch of goodness everywhere. Nurkic, Lillard, McCollum, Steven Adams, old pussy ass. That lets Cat just totally dominate him.
Yeah.
So that's where the goodness is. That's where more ownership will be, even though it's a later game.
Yeah, this is totally unrelated. I'm sorting through DraftKings right now on my phone, and I come across Trayvon Duval, and it looks like he's in a polo. I got a picture of my man in a polo. It's like a black polo. It's just you see all these jerseys, and then all of a sudden you see looks like a golfer right in the middle of all the basketball players. But yeah, no, I'm in the same page. I usually prefer the later games. And this one happens to be one, like you said, where the fantasy production is a little bit more concentrated. Indiana is a team that could really spread things out in terms of fantasy production. Milwaukee, like you said, you got Big D, Giannis, and then after that, you're taking a guess between the Bledsoes and the Middletons and all that. OKC, you know that Paul George is going to get him some.
Oh,
You know Westbrook's going to get him
yeah,
some.
everything's coming from two dudes.
Yes, you know. And they've just been a great team to target in general, their games in general all season. So let's go position by position like we always do. We'll do the best we can. We'll look at point guards. We'll just talk about a few dudes and then look for value. So you're looking at FanDuel, looking at DraftKings Cash. Talk to me about Westbrook, Lillard, and the other guys that we got.
And it's in Portland too, which that makes it even better. Well, I mean, there's not much to say. Westbrook is a fantastic play that I will probably be fading. Yeah. You could play Westbrook and Paul George on the same team easily, and both of them could do well, but I hope one has major upside, another one just is whatever. But Westbrook, Dame, if I had to choose one, it'll be Dame. But that's not, I wouldn't say that's the optimal way. I said the optimal way is Westbrook, but I like Dame over Westbrook for the savings and because I like Paul George so much more than Westbrook, especially here. And like you said, he's going to be popular because he just destroyed them last game. And the game before that, he's destroyed them. And anybody that's any good on the wing destroys them. Like Durant, just all these guys, every one of them just destroys this Portland Trailblazers team. But Eric Bledsoe, he had been playing really well. And I went with that narrative against Phoenix the other day, hoping that he would keep doing what he was doing. That didn't work. But he's definitely an okay option. Didn't these teams just play like a couple weeks ago? Yeah, they did. He ain't do nothing. He played 20 minutes, got a 5.
Glorious.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen again. But he's definitely an all right play. Him and Collison's almost the same price on FanDuel. That's interesting because Collison is playing well too. They're both playing well, except the last game Bledsoe sucked. But I would be choosing between those four. Like I wouldn't go down to nothing down here. And if you would, it would only be Corey Joseph. And there's no other discussion about any other guy down there. The only one I'll go to is Corey Joseph and his at least 20 minutes. He's going to play at least 20 minutes. If it breaks his way, he could play more. But there's no other guy that you should play outside those top four unless it's Corey Joseph.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Dame's got a really attractive price on DraftKings. I know that his performance has been disappointing.
What's the difference between him and Russ?
Russ is 11-1. Lillard is 8-1. Talking about $3,000 difference. Straight $3,000 difference.
It's 12-2 and 9-8.
Ooh. Like it's still a gap, but obviously not as much. One, and number two,
it's even better on
DraftKings. Yeah. You're getting 3K, and not to mention Westbrook is only 11-1 to begin with. Dame's only 8-1. So like in terms of like salary you have available to what their prices are, they're both relatively cheap. You could easily, I'm sure you could find a way to play them both, and wouldn't be a problem. I don't think I would either because I want to play Paul George, and Paul George is only 9.7 on DraftKings, so.
Put in Russ, Lillard, and George and see what it is.
All right. But see, then I'm not going to get greedy because I'm going to be like, but then I can't play Big D. You get 42.20 available for each position if you play all three. So
I mean, it's doable because DraftKings just say, here you go.
Yeah.
Right? What do you say? Oh, it was Aminu.
Aminu's
3.9, so you just...
You got one right there? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that there's others that we'll find. But yeah, Westbrook I have interest in. I am tempted right now to play Dame over him because of the 8-1 discount and the fact that I already know I'm going to want Paul George. And also, Dame is more attractive because if you are interested in playing Big D, which I think everybody should have at least some interest, Dame is going to be the easier path to get there. It's essentially like if you were going to play Dame and Paul George, you're choosing between Giannis and Westbrook if you're trying to go stars and scrubs. And that's tough. If you got Paul George, you're kind of hoping he eats and feasts. Although we have seen in the best Oklahoma City games, Paul George and Westbrook both kind of go off together. So it's interesting. Coming down to the Bledsoe College.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like on a big slate.
Right.
That's a perfect way to win a tournament.
Right.
But today, it's not. The perfect way to win it is to fade one and hope that one busts.
I agree.
But on a big slate, like 6, 7, 8 games, playing both of them is a great strategy because not a lot of people are going to do that. And both, we know almost everything is coming from both each one of them.
Yeah, that's like 80% of the team's production is coming there. At least 80. The next tier, like you got Bledsoe, Collison. I'm a little reluctant to play Bledsoe. I don't love taking point guards against Indiana. I'm not saying you can't do it. I just don't love doing it. I think I'd be more inclined to play Collison. Now, the thing is, Collison has Bledsoe has way more upside. He's got 50, 60 point ceiling, but he usually only does that when somebody's out, like Brogdon or Middleton or Giannis. Usually. I think I would lean towards Collison because I think he's a little bit more consistent. Like you said, the last time these teams played, Bledsoe got a 7 on DraftKings, a 5 on FanDuel. So I'm not trying to let like what happened in the last meeting deter me from looking at a guy like Bledsoe, but I agree it's tough. If I'm gonna not play Dame or Westbrook, then I think I want to save a little bit more and go down to Collison at least. I'll talk about some of these other guys as shooting guard because I know that they're shooting guard eligible. Like Brogdon's shooting guard on FanDuel, right? Yeah, yes. So I'll save these multiple eligible guys for that. Other than that, like you said, Corey Joseph is really the only value guy. He's only 3.8 over here. I think that's a fair price. One thing to keep in mind that I don't like about Joseph is Milwaukee is a team you want to take 3-point shooters against, and that's not really something Corey Joseph does a ton of. So, it's kind of a knock, and you're sacrificing just so much upside by not playing one of the 4 we mentioned above. Move us over to shooting guards, Cash. What do you see over there?
I think that if you do fade Dame, that CJ McCollum is almost a must. But at 8K on FanDuel, there's just no way I could do it. I mean, Dame is what did I say? 9.8, I think. Like, I would take that 1,800. I'll find the 1,800 every day than to play McCollum at 8. But He has been playing pretty well, but his floor is not nothing you want. Like his floor at 8K is two x, 2.5x. So nah, I think I'll pass on that. Um, Brogdon Middleton. Uh, that's a tough decision with the price difference. Um, hmm, I'll probably choose Brogdon for that $1,000, but I don't. I think I think both are probably better options than CJ McCollum. But CJ McCollum's getting a nice pace right here. But that 8K, I, I just like Brogdon and his 6'5" and give me his 30. Like Brogdon doesn't have big upside, but I'll take that 30 instead of CJ McCollum maybe getting a 25. And Dennis Schroeder is probably out of play for me with PG back at his price. I'll wait till his price comes down a little bit. He's priced as if when PG was out for them few games. It's tough, man. You got 2 games, so there's not a lot to choose from. Like Wesley Matthews is decent. If he gets hot from the three, we know he's gonna see a lot of good looks from the
How
three.
much is he over
How
there?
oh, he's
Oh
4-7.
yeah, I like that. He's 4-3 over here. I like Wesley Matthews tomorrow for sure.
I mean, we know he's gonna
Yeah,
shoot, and it's just a matter of is he gonna make some or not.
right.
But he's gonna get looks. It's just the way they play defense. Um, Pat Connaughton has been playing well, but he is coming off of like a line that's pretty remarkable. Like, he was playing the Phoenix Suns, who play zero defense. He played over 20 minutes and had a donut in every category available. Just a
No,
straight
he did
zero.
have a 1 in the attempt category. He took one shot.
Oh,
So
he took
he
one
did
shot,
take one shot. He missed it, but he took one shot.
but he had been playing pretty well before that and playing minutes too. So I definitely think he's an option. Um, I think the zero could lower his ownership a little bit, and that's probably as low as I would go. I'm not into much Terrence Ferguson when he's not at home.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. On DraftKings, uh, McCollum looks like the favorite option for me right now. McCollum used to go crazy against OKC. This year, not so much. But McCollum has had a very inconsistent year altogether. He has played a little bit better lately. I know his last game wasn't all that impressive, but I know, like, I think a couple games ago he put up a 50 and, had like a 30 in between and had another monster game. This is a spot where he could really do well, especially at home. I agree with you. If you're not playing Dame, then I think you should be playing McCollum. And right now, I kind of lean towards McCollum at 6 because he's 6'1" over here. So you're saving $2,000 to come down. He's only 6'1". So if he does get you that, that
yeah.
40 burger,
How much is Brogdon?
Brogdon is only 5'6", and I love that too. And like that's my thing. I think I'd rather play Brogdon over Bledsoe. So you know what I'm saying? So like I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. And I'll save the other guy for small forward in this range. We talk about 3-point
But
shooter.
like on DK, you can play McCollum and Dame together on DK
Sure.
because
Yeah.
they're both like they're both
Yeah.
underpriced in this matchup,
Agreed.
especially slate considered with only 2 games.
Agreed. I think you could. I think that I would play McCollum and hope that he's the one that does well because Dame's going to have some ownership,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
would hope that those Dame shares just kind of tank and like your McCollum ones do better. Um, but yeah, I like McCollum and Brogdon at this position, and then Wesley Matthews I do like a lot. He's small forward and shooting guard eligible, so you should be able to play him wherever you want. The minutes have looked good, over 30 minutes since February 11th. I'm not even sure when he got to the team, but I know he's been playing a shit ton of minutes. So, like you said, the 3-point attempts. This is a guy that's going to take threes. 8, 7, 6, 10, 7, 6, 11 3-point attempts over his last X amount of games. Now, those are attempts. Like you said, if he misses those, you're not looking so great. But he hasn't particularly had a great game, and he is still putting up over 20 DraftKings points consistently. So, in a situation where he should get plenty of looks and plenty of opportunities. Because like you said, the way Milwaukee plays defense, I do like Wesley Matthews as a value option for sure at 4-3. And yeah, the right now,
I like that. I like that he's gotten 4 assists 2 games in a
yeah,
row.
yeah,
Like, because usually he's a guy that's going to get all of his production by
right,
points, but he has been getting those assists, which if he gets 4 rebounds and 4 assists,
right,
then he doesn't have to do as much
right,
scoring. But if he does score on top of that, if he gets hot, because he's going to get wide open
yeah,
shots, we know this, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So if he's making them, like, he could go for 35. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't expect that, but I think that's possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I do like Wesley Matthews a lot as a value play overall on the slate. And then I do like McCollum. I do like Brogdon. And there's another one I like, but I'll save him for small forward where I think you'll talk about him. Move us over to small forward, Cash.
It's PG. It's PG over Big D. For me, it had damn sure this year. I played Paul George. I played Paul George almost damn near every day.
What are the price differences
And
between Giannis and George?
it's 1,500,
Wow.
12.5 to 11.
Wow.
So it's PG for me. I don't care what his ownership is because I just don't care. I love that I wish they wouldn't have lowered his price, but I mean, you understand. He was missed some games. He wasn't phenomenal that first game back, but I love when he's the exact same price as Russ. Paul George is just my dude. The guy's playing the best basketball of his life, and I'm happy for it because when his leg was in my face, like his bone was in my face, it was not a good thing. And my man is back, unlike Gordon
that
Hayward, who is not
that
back.
was a horrific
Give a
injury.
damn about his one game, but PG is back to the best he's ever been. I love him. I'm gonna play him tomorrow. There's no way I don't. So yeah, he'll be one of my small forwards. Another one might be the guy right on the other side because Mo Harkless just continues to just put up 30 burgers on the regular, and his upside is about 36, 37. He's not gonna do much more than that, but on a 2 game slate, if I could get a 36 for 6K, I'll take that all day. But the same as Matthews is Bojan, who has been playing really good basketball. If he's hot, which there's more likelihood of him getting hot from the 3 point than Matthews, because this guy is just a shooter. And look what he's doing. Like, the guy is playing very, very well. And he had him a nice game the last time, but the price continues to rise. That's the one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is that damn near 8K price tag. But he is a good play. There's no denying that. So I'd like all 3 of those options. Outside of those 3, you're just really praying. Like Miritic, Layman, Rodney Hood. Like, we know Turner is going to be out. Last time Portland played OKC, Layman went ham. He's okay. He's only 3.7. Like, he's a drop. He's a drop on FanDuel if he sucks. So I probably do like him more on FanDuel, and like Mo Harkless probably more on DK because I don't want Layman on DK. But both of them is decent. I wish I could say the same about Miritic, but I can't right now. That's it.
Yeah. I agree with you on PG. Right now, I think I want PG over Giannis. I think that, don't get me wrong, if I could find a way to get them both, I'd love to. And you could definitely figure it out. There's plenty of ways to get there. It's just a matter of what you want to do at the guard position. But if I had to pick one, it's PG. Like you said, these scoring type forwards have done well all year against Portland. Kevin Durant, like you said, PG multiple times. It's clearly a position where they struggle to defend. And on DraftKings, Paul George is only 9.7. This is a guy that was in the double digits for like since February 3rd. He was over 10K every single time. He got hurt, missed a couple games, came back, had a bad game against Minnesota. It was a bad game. He still took 25 shots. He just only made 8 of them, 14 from 3, and they drop his price to 9.7. So he's underpriced. He should be, in my opinion, he should be one of the, if not the most. Like the last time he played Portland, he went for like 88 DraftKings points. He should be the most popular player on the slate. Will he be? I don't know, but he should be. Um, I do like PG. Big D, aka Giannis, I'm completely fine with. His minutes have been back up. He went for 82 the last time he played Indiana. So this is a situation where you may want to try to get both if you can. After that, Bogdanovich was the guy I was alluding to as well. As we mentioned, you want to attack these guys with threes. Bogdanovich will take a lot of threes, is what he's going to do. And I think that he is a better, like you said, he is a better actual three-point shooter than Wesley Matthews as far as efficiency goes. But he's 6K, so I kind of like the idea of taking the discount and playing a 4-3 player over him that's essentially going to take what I would expect to be the same amount of threes. Granted, Bogdanovich has a better chance of having a more efficient game, and he's going to take he may take more shots in general overall. But as far as 3-point attempts, Wesley Matthews is taking the same amount of 3-pointers that he is on a regular basis. So I think that's kind of where I'm sitting. Mo Harkless, as you mentioned him already, 32 minutes against Memphis, did well. Even before that, 22 minutes, 24 points. 27 minutes, 28 DraftKings points. So he's been pretty consistent. I don't love the idea that he's going to be tasked with covering Paul George. You know, when we see sometimes when a player has to chase around a certain offensive player, sometimes they sacrifice their offense. But at 4-2, the price is certainly interesting. Move us over to power forwards, Cash. Oh, I think lost you there.
Oh, my bad. I just pressed mute. Sabonis is out for a couple more games, so Thaddeus Young is definitely a decent option, but he's gonna have Giannis most likely on him, which I'm not a big fan of. So I probably don't go there. Jeremiah Grant is okay, but PG back, not near as good of a play. And then we always got Markieff Morris back there, who can take a few minutes away from him. Ugh. Position. This position sucks. The Chief, Aminu, he's only 4.9 here. 3.9 on DK. This is a game that I think he could get up there around the double-digit rebounds, and that's normally when I like to play him. But at his price, probably going to go get you about a 20 to a 25 at 4.9, which on a two-game slate, it isn't the worst to get 5x. And then outside of that, it would only probably be Morris for me. I mean, you could go to TJ Leaf since Sabonis is out, but I'd rather play Morris at the same price and hope that Morris plays well and maybe gets 20 minutes instead of 15, maybe gets a little over 20 minutes and does well, and that's it. This position is probably my least favorite.
Yeah, I'm not too excited about what I see over here either. I think that, even more reason for you to be tempted to play both Giannis and Paul George. You can plug one at small forward, one at power forward. They're both eligible for both on DraftKings. And I'm with you. After that, it's kind of ugly. Thaddeus Young, the minutes have looked really good with Sabonis out. But like you said, with Giannis kind of down there, you're worried about foul trouble. You're worried about him sacrificing offensive production. Last time he played Miami when Giannis went nuts, Thad Young played 38 minutes but only put up 20 DraftKings points. So there is some concern. Grant, I am okay with from a minutes perspective, but with Paul George back, we know he doesn't do nearly as much. He's just not required to. And you never want to rely on guys for rebounds when Russell Westbrook's on that court because you know for damn sure that dude is going to hustle his ass off to get as many rebounds as he can. Mirotic is 4.8 over here. I think he's a viable value play at the price. There is some risk associated there. He's coming off a terrible game, 3 for 14 shooting. He still put up 28 DraftKings points, which is impressive, but he shot 3 for 14. On a site where you're getting extra points for potential double-doubles for three-pointers, I think Mirotic does make a lot of sense to play over here. And then, like you said, the Chief, man, Al-Farouq Aminu, 27 minutes, 31 minutes his last two games. He's only 3.9. His performance has dropped, yeah, but he's only 3.9. It's just way too cheap at a position that's pretty terrible. And of course, if you can always roll the dice with Markieff. It makes more sense, in my opinion, to play Markieff on FanDuel, where he could be your potential drop because of how bad he's been. But at 3,500, we know this guy does have upside. He's just been really, not only are his minutes down, but he's been really inefficient while he's on the court. So, if he happens to be efficient,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not easy to come into a team
right?
with Russ and PG out
Yeah,
there and
and just try to find your
figure it
way.
out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you though. Not the best position. Let's go to centers, which I'm a little worried might not be so great either.
I mean, it just sucks. Like Cantor not only screwing up over there in the Knicks, now he's over here screwing up. Like I've been scared of Nurkic minutes the entire season. Last season, I'm always scared of his minutes, but he's so productive while he's out there. But his price is never low enough, which it shouldn't be because we saw the upside, and the guy, I believe he put up like an 80 something against Sacramento. Like he has upside, and he's could be so dominant. But like I respect Steven Adams so much, probably more than I should. The way Cat just manhandled this guy, but I still do respect him. He is a very good defender. He is very big. He's very strong. He will wear you down. This position is, yeah, not the best. Ah, I gotta choose between one of these four, unless I was making multiple teams. Like I wouldn't go down to Cantor, I don't think, or Carlo
How much is
Quinn.
Cantor over there?
He's 4 or 5.
Hmm.
Like he's gonna play like around 18 minutes, somewhere around that number. If Nurkic got into foul trouble though, like that's the way you play him is if you think maybe Nurkic can get into foul trouble or like he got hurt, but because Cantor is pretty much taking out Collins and Miles Leonard and all these guys, it's just like Cantor is taking, he's coming in playing 17 to 20 minutes a game. Definitely has upside in those minutes, and it is revenge. I would like it better if it was in OKC, but Cantor's best friend, like I know his best friend in the NBA is Steven Adams. Maybe his best friend in the world, I don't know. Like Steven Adams and Cantor are really, really close, and they will be talking much shit to each other while they're on the court together. That's always fun. Ah, it depends on my lineup. Like, if I really like my lineup, I could definitely throw Cantor in at 4 or 5, and he might be my drop if some other punch do well and he doesn't. But my favorite at the moment is probably Brooke Lopez. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, another way you could play it is if Miles Turner, because we know he's going to go for blocks. Like with Giannis coming to the hole, he maybe gets into foul trouble. Maybe that gets a couple more minutes for O'Quinn. But I mean, that's just making a lot of teams and making lineups strictly on game theory. But yeah, my favorite is probably Brooke Lopez and then Turner. But the Ennis Cantor, that's very interesting to me.
Yeah, yeah.
How much is Ennis Cantor on DK?
4K.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's gonna play 20 minutes or somewhere close.
Mm. I like it, man. I right now my two favorite centers are on the same team, and it's the Portland. It's ironic because I don't like picking on Adams. I really don't. I told everybody the other day to stack that Minnesota OKC game, and I didn't even play Cat because I was worried about going after Adams. That was a mistake. Luckily, a lot of our members played Cat anyway. I didn't say not to play Cat. I just wasn't like overly high on him. I just said I love the game, and yeah, I mean, I don't like picking on him, but on this slate with these options that we have, like you said about Miles Turner, I'm concerned about Giannis down low. I'm concerned about foul trouble. Um, I think the safest option is probably Brooke Lopez. He's only 5'3". This is a site where you get extra points for 3-pointers. It's a site where you get some of those things. So I feel like he's the safest in terms of like return on investment. Like if he gets you a 25, I think he's gonna get you around 5x, and he's got the possibility for more. That's great. But as far as like ceiling, Nurkic has the highest ceiling, like you mentioned. And then Cantor is only 4K, so he can give you the most salary relief while still getting you to the 6X. And of course, there's some narrative. So I think my favorites right now are Nurkic for upside, Cantor as the punt, and then Lopez as the safety. I think those are the three centers that I'm kind of looking at right now on DraftKings. And
Have you been looking what Lopez has been
oh
doing?
yeah,
It's like remember we talked about Robinson last night as a block
yeah,
machine. Like Lopez is
oh yeah,
blocking so many shots at the
it's
moment.
crazy. It's crazy.
It is
It's wild.
like 2 of his last 4 games, he has 7 and 6
Yeah,
blocks, which is wild.
yeah, yeah. I think my favorite three right now is Nurkic, Cantor, and Lopez. And Cantor is what salary relief. Because if I am going to play PG and Giannis and some of these dudes, I'm going to need some cheap guys. And Cantor would be the cheapest one that I think still has upside. But if you can get to Brook Lopez, that does seem like the safer bet on DraftKings.
Is any of these centers power forward eligible as well?
No, unfortunately, no.
None of them. Okay.
No, you lose that. But you do have the utility spot. You do have the ability to play. The thing that sucks is power forward sucks. So that's I know what you were getting at. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the position by position breakdown. At this point, I'm gonna remind everybody, if you haven't already checked us out at whitestate.com, go over there and check it out. See what we end on tomorrow. See what the nation ends on tomorrow. Paulie, Stevie, Dan, the whole crew. See what everybody finds out. Make sure you get access to that Slack with the monthly membership. But if you're not ready for the monthly commitment, get yourself a day pass, $2.50 you could try out. The content, it won't get you into the Slack, but it will give you access to all the content for NBA. We got a lot of other great sports going. If you're watching this live, it's not too late for the PGA. You can hop in there, read Cash's article. He just posted it today for PGA. Brewmedics article. You can watch their live stream, which was awesome, as it always is. We got guys doing hockey. Hockey team is smashing. We keep talking about Hoff winning the other night. Another 10 grand. I say another 10 grand because he's done it multiple times already. Wiggy and the MMA just won over 2 grand. It's just a great place to be. Come check out the Wise Take Nation. If you ain't with the Wise Take Nation, you are not doing DFS right. I can tell you that. And don't forget MLB right around the corner, guys. Get that season pass. This is the last week to get the discount. We're going to raise the price up as we get closer to the season. So get yourself that discount. You can save $50 on the season pass. You'll be covered for all of MLB. Get that season pass. Don't sleep on it. If you have all sports, if you have the all sports plans, you're fine. If you don't sleep on it. You're gonna end up paying more. I'm telling you, baseball is gonna be a lot of fucking fun. We're gonna win a lot of fucking money, and we're all very excited about baseball.
I'm excited. Oh man, I get so much pleasure in spending hours looking into pitching. I can't wait to. I love DeGrom.
Yes.
Like, I'm becoming a bigger DeGrom fan than you. I love this guy so much.
Man.
He's so good.
I am pumped. And if you want that discount for the season
pass, hold on. And your team actually has some bats.
We got some bats.
This guy can't be the best pitcher in baseball and never be able to win a game.
No. You win a Cy Young with like barely any wins. Yeah, we'll see this year. I'm excited for baseball for multiple reasons. Mostly DFS, but also because my Mets. But if you want to take advantage of that season pass discount, go to the Wise Take Twitter at @wise_take on Twitter, or the Wise Take Facebook page. It should be over there too. Look for the ad. We have a little promo code. There is a promo code you need to get the discount. So you'll save $50 on the season pass, but you need that promo code. So follow us on one of those social media. You should be following us on every social media platform that we have. But it's on it's facebook.com/wisetake, or the Twitter is at @wise_take. Don't forget the underscore. Somebody beat us to the punch with at @wisetake, and I don't know who it was, but it's banned. And now we're left with at @wise_take. So go get it. Cash, let's do some top threes. I'm going to get up out of here. Top 3 point guards on a 2-game slate tomorrow.
It's Dame. It's Collison. It's Russell Westbrook.
I'm going to go with Westbrook. I'm going to go with Dame. And I'm going to use the DraftKings cheat code and go with Brogdon. Shooting guard.
Wesley Matthews, Brogdon, and I do not want to pay 4-6 for Pat Connaughton. Wow. Damn. Oh, hold on. I would rather pay 5.8 for Dennis Schroeder, even with PG back, than play Connaughton, I think.
I hear you. I'm going to go with Wesley Matthews, number 1, CJ McCollum, number 2, and Bogdan Bogdanovic, number 3, small forwards.
PG, Harkless, Bogdanovic.
I'm going to go with Paul George. I will go with Harkless as well. And I will go with... And I'm trying to save some of these guys for power forward because I know how ugly it is. Ugh. I really don't want to see Middleton. I don't even like him. I guess Middleton by default, but I don't actually like him. Power forwards.
I think that this is gonna be my punt position. I will say Aminu, Ilyasova, Markieff Morris.
I'm gonna go with Giannis, Nikola Mirotic, and Al-Farouq Aminu, centers.
Brook Lopez, Enes Kanter, Steven Adams.
I'm going to go with Nurkic, Kanter, and Brolo, a.k.a. Brook Lopez, and that is going to do it for the Wise Take DFS podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a like and a share to support the Wise Take Nation. If you're watching us on Twitch or Twitter, give us a follow, give us a retweet. And if you're listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews and bump us up those charts. Cash, my man, anything in closing before we get up out of here?
Yeah, my cat scratched the shit out of my finger today.
You got a cat?
When I was spraying with. Yeah,
you got a cat?
My old lady got a cat. Yeah, no, I don't want that. You know that stupid thing. Scratch the hell out of my finger. It hurts.
Why scratch you?
Got a boo boo. I was spraying it with some flea spray. She was scared to do it, so I just scooped the cat up by the neck and sprayed the thing. Scratched the hell out of my.
What's
thumb.
the cat's name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Boy.
It is.
What color is it?
It's like a tiger looking.
Oh shit!
Tiger looking cat.
That's dope, man.
With like brown, like dark brownish colors.
Yeah, shit, that's dope. I did not know you had a cat. That's crazy. Yeah. You clearly don't seem to be super affectionate to the cat. Are you more of a? Do you like animals? You like dogs?
I mean the cat, and it's all right. I'm not the biggest cat person in the world. I don't got no problems with the thing. But just scratch the hell out of me.
If you had to choose one, cat or dog?
My thumb hurt. Oh, it's a dog all day.
Dogs. Yeah, dogs.
Yeah, but cats is cool. Like they just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah, man. They clean themselves. That's cool. You know what I mean? That's cool. For Cash and DFS, for myself, the entire White Stick Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.